Unheard of.
What's up, everybody? Here we are, another great week. Here with your two favorite boys at Unheard of. It's ABG on the other side of the screen, and your main man is back, COVID free. I'm Jerod, and man, ABG,
Woo!
how has
COVID
your week
free.
been?
Um, Pretty good, man. I just been at home, you know, for just enjoying the week that I have right now. Just chilling, hanging out with us as much as possible, and playing some video games, man. I've been grinding in Apex, dog. Like,
Mm.
um, I mean, I'm not very good, but given even given the fact that I've been playing since it came out, but I'm getting better, I think, and I've been getting that rank up, dude. I'm trying to hit plat this season, so that's how we doing right now. What about you, man?
Well, most of the week I was recovering from COVID. Lost my voice for a couple days there. Um, but aside from that, it's been decent. Haven't really had to worry about work that much. Um, and then, spoiler alert to all those. We reached out to three people, to
Four
try.
people.
Well, reached out to four people, but I reached out to three to talk about the Batman on this episode. But um, ABG hasn't seen it, but I did actually go see
Yeah.
it today. That was what we was going to talk about so far. That's kind of been the highlight of my week because it was a pretty good film. So overall, aside from the COVID, the week's been pretty decent.
All right, dog. Yeah, that's sweet. That's sweet, man. And I mean, I guess it's good that the people that we reached out to be on the episode were unavailable because we're gonna get them to talk about the Batman. I hadn't seen the Batman, so I guess it kind of worked out in its own crazy way. And
Yeah.
also, I mean, I should be going to go see it tomorrow, but unfortunately, I'm headed back to Louisiana, and so we kind of, I mean, I guess you guys have noticed already that we have, since I've been there, we've kind of only been doing about one episode uh while I've been out there, because I mean, I just don't have a lot of downtime out there, so we might skip another week and be at y'all in a couple more weeks, so then we'll be able to talk about the Batman. But we still got a good episode with you
It's
for
true.
you. Featuring just us.
Yeah, man. And speaking of sweet topics, how sweet would it be to bet $1,500 of your own money just to
Like
lose
this.
$11 million? All right. That's our
You
first
know,
topic, folks. We're getting right into Calvin Ridley and what happened with his mental health, which was supposedly real. Maybe he was actually suffering from a problem, but now he's going to be suffering from a bigger problem by not playing all next year.
you either got to be really smart if you're making a bet like that to try to win, or really dumb to risk it all like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like this airs on the side of really dumb, because what did he bet on? I mean, not what did he bet on, but what did he use to bet?
An app like
An
FanDuel
app.
or whatever,
It was it FanDuel?
It was one of the apps. FanDuel, Caesar, DraftKings, one of those. But
Yeah. I feel like you'd be better off going to, like, some kind of like shady bookie or something like that to do a bet, because then, like, you're like putting in your own information and stuff. You're not supposed to be gambling, even if you are out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? What are you
yeah.
doing, dog? Like, and then, like, what I think is funny is, he says he's out for his mental health. I mean, hopefully he wasn't lying about that, because I mean, that is, to me at least, that is a serious thing. that a lot of you know uh, players have to go through. You know what I'm saying? Have to take breaks for. You know, because you can't be on all the time. You know, and if you have to take a break for that, it's understandable. Um, but then I just feel like he kind of took it too far with that. You know what I'm saying? Like you just took it too far, dog. And then now everybody is dealing with the ramifications of you just betting $1,500. Now you're dealing with the ramifications.
Yeah. I mean, I get on here and I talk about the Falcons being in cap hell. Well, thank you, Calvin Ridley, for betting $1,500 because now it looks like we're about to save $11 million on the cap next year just because of you, bro. So in a weird way, thank you, Calvin Ridley. The problem is, yeah, apparently it's pretty drilled into the NFL players' heads that despite betting being legal in most of the country now for sports, you still cannot do it as a player because you're making a ton of money. And it, especially when you do stuff like he was doing, supposedly betting on the Falcons to win when that's an organization he's associated with, it sets a bad precedent for things like integrity and all that nonsense because he could probably be texting his own buddies, the other receivers being like, hey, man, can you like not catch those passes that Matty Ice throws your way today so I can win like 100 grand?
But I mean, I'm pretty sure that they had, ruled that the integrity of those games that he had bet on, like, wasn't messed with.
I think we lost. He bet on us winning against
Oh yeah, no, like I think he's
Jacksonville.
super dumb for betting on the Falcons to win, especially like you are a huge part of the offense, and you expected them to win those games without you. Like, come on, dog, get real. What are we
Man,
talking about here? What are we talking about?
it's like I don't know. It's so dumb, dude, because just just the fact that this man did it on an app in his own name. like he was probably thinking, "Oh, I'm going on mental health issues. I can't get suspended for this." So Jesus, dude, I can't like I get it, whatever. You want to bet on some stuff. It is what it is. I also get why NFL players can't do it. Um, but at the same time, the mental health stuff has become a big problem in sports because a lot of players, especially in the NBA, are starting to use that as an excuse to just do nothing and still get paid. Um, like the whole Ben Simmons thing, and then Kyrie Irving spends time away from the team, doesn't tell nobody where he is. Come to find out, he's partying like with his family back in Georgia, all that good stuff. So it's it's starting to become a little bit of a problem to me. We got all these players saying they're gone for mental health. Nobody knows what's going on. They're not reporting back to the team. Like I don't know. It's starting to become like one of those broad things where you don't have to get checked out for it. You can just say, "Hey, I'm dealing with something. I need time away. I'm not going to talk to anybody about it. I'm just going to go do my own thing for a few months." And that's just the reality of some stuff, Like I don't know. I think if the Falcons could have had more control over them, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But
Um, well, I mean, I maybe it's kind of a double-edged sword, kind of like. I mean, for some people, like yeah, like they're actually dealing with stuff. Like, I feel like Naomi Osaka, whenever she had took the break or whatever for her personal and mental health, um, I mean, I feel like yeah, maybe like she was actually dealing with some stuff, but then you have may like whatever Calvin Ridley was dealing with, and now it comes out that he was gambling and stuff and doing stuff that he wasn't supposed to be doing, that he knew he wasn't supposed to be doing, and then you gotta look at it like, damn dog, like you kind of making it look bad for
yeah,
people who actually are dealing with stuff
yeah,
because
all
you're out
these
here
players.
messing up.
Yeah, I think the few that do some dumb stuff, really make it a problem for the ones that are actually going through stuff, which that's kind of my whole ordeal. I mean, I don't know. It is kind of a double-edged sword because what if you call somebody out on it and then they're actually dealing with some real stuff? Like and it's kind of funny in a way because like if you bring it back to the Ben Simmons thing, the Sixers were fining him for not reporting to the team and telling them what was going on with him. He lost like 75% of his money this year before he got traded. So I hear he's
Well,
gonna file a grievance against the Sixers to try and reclaim that money. He's probably not gonna win because his mental health problems were that's one player I really do not believe at all. Just because Atlanta did a number to him just by hacking a shack, you know? Like it really put him in a different spot. And all of a sudden he's like, I can't take this anymore. I gotta get away from the Sixers, man. And then when they start finding him, he's like, you know what? I got some mental problems. I gotta step away from the team. So
I don't
he's
know, man. I mean, I think Philadelphia fans they take it to another level over there. So, I mean, he probably knew he shouldn't show his face around there
yeah,
after
but
what he did.
if you got a max contract, man, that's on you. You better live up to your expectations.
I mean,
Like
yeah, he did. He definitely was a fool for that last pass,
yeah.
in that game. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that he should have done what he did, but I don't know. Maybe he is a little like if I was him, I would at least taken some time. I would have not been with my teammates, but I don't know. Maybe like sitting out a couple games or something like that. Maybe not showing up, but
I mean, kudos to him for even showing his face in Philly for that game. Like because he was there. Uh but I mean he didn't play, but he was there. So I don't
when
know.
is there a timetable for him to get out on the court?
He's got like back soreness or some bull crap like that that they're claiming now. So
Back soreness. What is he?
or a hip injury. I don't know. I'm like, how you get sore? You're not even playing. Like how do you get injured? You're not even playing.
He's been working on his three shot, bro. He's about to come back with a nasty three ball.
No,
He
no.
about to.
Ben Simmons is that one player in the league that I have a huge problem with. Like it, and this is before what we did to him in Atlanta. This is because the man gets paid and he just says, I'm not going to work on my game at all. Like the Sixers were willing to pay me a max contract without me doing anything to my game. So you know what? I'm not going to learn how to shoot anyways. Like that was his attitude his whole career. He's like, I'm not going to change a thing. I mean, I got this far, didn't I? Like, yeah, dude, you did. So
Wouldn't it be crazy though if he did come back his first game with the Nets and he drops like 50 points, like maybe like two for three from behind the arc, bro, and like 11 assists? That
yeah.
would be crazy.
And honestly, it's not like a thing about improving your game where you have to learn how to shoot because players like him and players like Russell Westbrook could be a lot better. Like
Oh yeah.
you don't have to know how to shoot, okay? But if you're in a position where like you're going to be handling the ball most of the time, like you got to know who can shoot so you can get the ball to the right person. You know,
Yeah.
get plenty of good assist numbers. Like Lonzo Ball cannot shoot. He can't.
Mm.
But he's a really good passer. And
Yes.
that's what kind of keeps him going. So like Ben Simmons, if you're a point guard and you're not willing to learn how to shoot, learn how to pass it a lot more. Same thing for Russell Westbrook, who is literally the worst 3-point shooter in the league. He he's got to learn how to pass, man. Like those triple dubs, I don't know how he's getting them because he's not passing good in clutch moments. But because he also leads the league in turnovers, which is a huge problem. But
Give Russ another season. After this season, he's gonna come back off season. He's gonna come back and he's gonna have that bank shot, bro.
on his fifth
off the
team.
glass, bro. He's on
But
his fifth.
see, that's the
He's doing
thing
that
though.
bank
Like
shot down.
players, like I wouldn't have a problem with Ben Simmons if he said, "I don't need to learn how to shoot. I just need to learn how to pass the ball better in clutch situations." Like that'd be fine. Players who were going on a tear this year, like DeMar DeRozan, he is not known for his 3-point shooting. He's an excellent mid-range shooter,
Yeah, I say he's. I
but
mean, he's lining up from mid range.
yeah, I'm saying, but if you're good at what you do, then do that. But if you think you're one of these excellent players and then in clutch moments you just choke, like if Ben Simmons knows he can't shoot free throws, pass it to somebody who can shoot a free throw instead of letting them hack a shack. That's kind of my whole thing, you know. Like
Okay.
don't play the mental game, don't get your head down. Pass it to somebody else, dude. You can't shoot.
Then, my question is, what do you think that Ben Simmons is good at?
Passing, rebounding, defending.
I think he's great at attacking the rim, bro. Like, I mean,
Yeah, he's good at that too. I mean,
he
he should be. He's like 6'9" or 6'8".
say, I mean, he's a huge point guard. So like, uh, he can, get past and get inside with the best of them, and just yam it down. So I mean, I think he
Yeah.
does that extremely well. And so I mean, I feel like that's where he shines. That is his whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Uh
passing, yeah. I I do think he should work on that three ball. I mean, I feel like if he got good, then he would be nasty. He would be absolutely nasty.
yeah, but the dude's been in the league for like 7 years and he's still trying to win rookie of the year every year. He's
Oh
not
boy.
improving. He's fine with not improving. Like he said he doesn't want to shoot. Fine. Just pass the ball a little better, especially in those fourth quarter moments. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be really I'd say this. If Ben Simmons learned how to shoot, man, he would literally be like another LeBron James because
Yeah.
the dude is physically gifted. He's insane, but he just like lacks motivation. That's how I see him. Uh, but I don't know, guys. We got off topic. We're gonna get back to the NBA a little bit later, but we're gonna go right back to the NFL because a bunch of huge trades just happened, including Russell Wilson to now my home state team, the Denver Broncos, because I'm currently living in Colorado. So, uh, man, Seattle looks like they just fell off a cliff. Like that deal with Russ and then getting Bobby
But
Wagner cut.
they got Drew Lock, bro. They're about to be
Nah, Drew Lock is not that
they're about to
dude.
be great, bro.
Drew Lock is not that dude. But man, I can
Denver.
just see it now. Trying to go see a Broncos and Chiefs game in Denver this year. It's going to cost a ton of money going to see like Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes play. Man, that division just got really good, and it was already really good. Like it got even better.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, everybody's been saying that all Denver needs is a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So now they got it. So let's see what they can do with it.
That's how it's always been, man. Because they had a roster, and then Peyton Manning came along. They went to 2 Super Bowls,
Yeah.
uh, and now they still have a roster. And they went out and got Russ. And in Denver, he's got a much better O line than he had in Seattle. So, man, I think it's going to be a really good season. I don't know what their ceiling is. The Broncos do have a really solid roster, but man, the AFC itself is still really loaded. Uh, so I'm not calling like a Super Bowl or nothing, but that might be a division where you literally see 3 playoff teams, uh, just because of how stacked it is. Like that one year that the NFC South had New Orleans, Atlanta, and Carolina all in the playoffs. That's the
Yeah.
type of division that the AFC West is right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited. I mean, to see what Russ can do. I mean, you already know what he can do,
Yeah.
but to see what he can do with this team, that's definitely a team that I want to be looking at. definitely for a playoff spot. Maybe looking at for the Super Bowl.
I mean, granted, you know, let's look at the past 2 years. Big name quarterbacks move, they win a Super Bowl. Like Tom Brady goes to Tampa, wins a Super Bowl first year. Matt Stafford goes to LA, wins a Super Bowl first year. So now Russ moving to Denver. Will they get a Super Bowl? I don't know. But history's been pretty good. Also, if you're a fun like conspiracy dude, um, the past 2 seasons, the Super Bowl location has also held their home team, and that home team has gone on to win. No team had ever really done it before Tampa Bay, but now the past 2 years, Tampa Bay and the LA Rams both won in their stadiums for the Super Bowl. This year, I think it's in Vegas, but I don't really trust Derek Carr, and I definitely don't trust Josh McDaniels. So I don't see them making it.
No,
I
I
think it's in
don't. I don't.
Vegas. I'm pretty sure it's in Vegas.
Where's the Super Bowl next year, dude?
I'm pretty sure it's
Let's
Vegas.
let's find out. Uh, little silence there, just
It's what?
yes. Well, 2023, no, it's in Arizona.
Oh, okay. The Cardinals.
2024, it's in Vegas. So
Oh, the Cards. The Cards.
so
Can they do it?
Let's see if Kyler Murray
Yeah.
can make can go from throwing sideways interception from his own end zone to winning this or to go into the Super Bowl.
Can he actually play good all season long instead of just 7 games? That's what we're waiting to see. Because
Hey, man, I hope so.
that's their record. Like ever since Cliff Kingsbury arrived, man, they're just like really good the first half of the season, and then bam, dropping off right a cliff. You know,
And I like Kyler Murray. I like to see him win. I don't know that I like a lot of quarterbacks, the young quarterbacks.
I do too.
Like Joe Burrow. I like to see. I want to see them boys win.
I think out of most of the quarterbacks that are in right now, at least the younger ones, maybe under
Yeah.
30, I'd say the most overrated is probably Dak Prescott.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But everybody else, they got a pretty good story.
Did you see that fake story about
Oh, calling him the Black Kirk Cousins?
yeah,
Yeah.
so what was that? Amari Cooper calling him the black Kirk Cousins. I think it was fake. I think it was fake. But it was funny. That's funny nonetheless because
I mean, where's the lie though? Because they're not really doing anything outside of the regular season.
no.
So
But, I mean, no hate to Dak, I think he's all right, but I just think the Cowboys at this point are cursed.
yeah, I mean, maybe if they stop getting so much media coverage, they could finally be a little humble. Like I think Dak's record alone
Bro, slow
since
down. They're America's team, dude.
no, they're not. Like I think since his rookie year he was really good. But ever since then, he's like 5-13 against teams that are above 500. It's like really bad.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's not a good record. So I don't know. And of course, I hate the Cowboys anyways. I don't want them to succeed like at all.
Yeah, I mean, of course not.
But I think they're hugely overrated. And they're talking about cutting Amari Cooper. I'm like, you could, but you have a vastly overpaid running back on your squad who doesn't really do much anymore. Like y'all want to keep Zeke's contract over Amari's when Tony Pollard could do the job? I don't know, but that's their management. And apparently, now Jerry Jones has some baby we didn't know about. That was a lawsuit that came up in the news this past week. Uh,
What? I didn't even see that.
yeah, there was a news story like Jerry Jones. Apparently, in the '90s, he paid some hush money to some woman to keep quiet about a baby that he had with her, and
Oh, you talking about it's the 90s, bro. I thought you was talking about old ass Jerry Jones having a kid nowadays.
nah,
I was about to say, damn.
nah, it's a 25-year-old congressional aide actually. But yeah,
Hmm.
in the mid 1990s, they had a relationship, and apparently he had a settlement to financially support the mother and child, but he never wanted to be publicly identified as her father. So, hey, you know what? I'd be trying to get on that wheel too. Dude's a billionaire. So,
I mean, of course.
um, some other news in the NFL: Carson Wentz got traded again.
Yes,
Uh,
he is. He is going to be the first quarterback, the first starting quarterback for the Commanders.
yeah.
Why you look confused?
Sorry, guys. I don't know how this stuff did it, but my wife's mouse is also wirelessly connected to my MacBook. And so apparently she just had her mouse on and it was like going all over the screen. I'm like, whoa, 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 what's happening?
Oh,
While I was looking.
oh my God, I'm sure I didn't say that wrong. I mean,
No, no, you
there's
didn't. You didn't. But
okay.
I was thrown off by the screen because everything started acting up and I just realized that she must have turned on her mouse and it accidentally connected to my MacBook instead. So
All right, yeah, yeah. Carson Wentz, he is moving on. So I just I just think he is just never gonna live up to what his potential was.
no, dude. It's like um ever since he had that ACL injury,
Yeah, bro. Some people have those injuries like that, man. They're just never the same. So
RG3.
yeah.
Uh
So
what's funny though is he really, as far as average quarterbacks go, he wasn't terrible this past season. It's just he couldn't put you over. Like
yeah.
literally, they're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars the last game of the season. And the one game that they actually need him to perform to make it into the postseason, where Taylor doesn't rush for like 100 yards. He can't do it. He throws like a pick six right in the end zone. So I'm thinking, like, dang, dude, this guy literally is just not cut out for this. I don't think he's good at winning. That's all it is. And thankfully for him, Washington's a great place for that. They they put up with Kirk Cousins for many years without really
Yeah.
winning anything. So, you know, kudos to them for taking on his contract. And but at the same time, Indy doesn't have a quarterback now. And I heard well, I say I hear like I'm some type of NFL insider. I'm not.
Bro,
I'm some
you heard
nobody.
it here first. Jared Evans is the
Yeah.
new Adam Schefter. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Don't get it twisted. That's the man right here. That's who you
Yeah.
need to get in contact with for all your NFL news.
But I saw some article where they might try to go for Jimmy G. Um, because I don't think they have enough draft capital to trade up and get into the first round for Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett or Matt Corral.
Bro,
So
it's just time. It's time. It's time, man. Andrew Luck needs to just come back and take the Colts to the
dude,
Super Bowl.
have you seen him? Like, did you see him at the national college championship game when he actually had a TV
No,
appearance?
no.
Dude's gotten kind of skinny, man. He is definitely done with like his athletic days.
Oh, word.
He's not there anymore. He apparently just enjoys being a father. I mean, plus he's like a Stanford graduate, so who knows what type of money he's making on the side? Like
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, but the Commanders will probably still be a crappy team. Um, because honestly, I like Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts in the NFC East, along with the Cowboys, I Don't really think the Commanders are going to get that much better. And again, the Commanders was a horrible, horrible name. They had so many good options that they could have chosen, and they went with Commanders.
I
So
like Commanders, dude.
it's so generic. It's literally so generic. I would have rather them kept Washington football team instead of went with Commanders.
I mean, listen, Washington football team, it grew on me.
Yeah,
I'm sure it kind of grew on a lot of people. But I mean, we have a ton of other generic football team names. And the only reason why they're not generic, I feel like to you, maybe it's just because they've been around for, I mean, 1,000 years.
maybe. I'm just saying, like, Commanders doesn't have that nice ring to it. Like, you could have called them Admirals, Defenders, Red Wolves, Red Tails. Any of those sound better than Commanders to me.
I mean, I get you. But I mean, just the same as I feel like the football team grew on people, Commanders. It's a
They
team name.
literally they just said, "Hey, we don't care about the public opinion. We just don't want to offend anybody in the future. So we're going to pick a name
Boom.
that won't offend anybody." So,
Boom.
um, but yeah, man, the NFL, a lot of crazy stuff. Um, and speaking of crazy stuff, we got on here a couple weeks ago. We talked about our Hawks. We both predicted they were going to make some runs after the All-Star break. However, it's crazy. They're not looking like it's going to be. It's not looking good. Okay, it's not looking like we're going to make a good break. A run for it, as you'd say. Um, the season might be a wash. It doesn't
Oh
look that
yeah.
great.
I mean, we are still in for the play-in,
We are. Yeah.
but I mean, looking at kind of the teams
There's
that
a
we would
lot of
have
good teams
to,
in the East. Sixers, Bulls, um, the Bucks,
the Heat.
the Heat. Yeah, they're at the top. Uh, Toronto's in the play-in. Um, the Nets would be in the play-in right now.
Yep.
And so,
So I have at this point, we would how many games are left? Like 17, 16, something like that.
yeah, it's not very many. It's like less than
It's not
20
a
for sure.
yeah, it's definitely less than 20. Um Hopefully we could end over 500. I mean, I don't even know if we could do that. But I mean, we just need to win more. And I mean, looking at our our schedule just over the next few games, it does look like there's some games we can win. Like this Clippers game, it's at home. Should be able to win this. I mean, I feel like our next maybe 3 games at home should be able to win those. Clippers, Pacers, Blazers.
I hope so. I hope so. So I don't know, man. It's weird. I was really hoping they'd make a big run after the All-Star break. Turns out it looks like they got a little worse,
Yeah,
which sucks.
which yeah, over the past few seasons, we typically kind of gotten hot over that. But I don't know, man. I feel like this season, that's kind of stretch that we had with everybody, like with a lot of people out because of COVID. I feel like we just haven't kind of gotten back right after
Well, I
that.
agree. I think if they would have did it like the NFL and said, "Hey, you know what? Screw COVID. Y'all just play until you get sick." Like you know, maybe the Hawks would be in a better position because even the NFL just came to an agreement with the players union saying, "Hey, you know what? We're going to stop all COVID protocols. Screw this. Nobody cares anymore." Like uh I don't know, man. The Hawks, they definitely got derailed because we win a lot of games without our starting lineup, like a lot. I think
Yeah,
uh I think we were like the most affected team when it came to lineups for the first quarter of the season. Um
I feel like maybe definitely in the East.
yeah, we got we got beat bad by COVID. Maybe it has something to do with being in Georgia and nobody caring about COVID, down there. So maybe it's got something to do with that, but I don't know. Let's just call this the COVID season for the Hawks. Let's hope for the best, but also be realistic because it ain't looking good. But as long as we're in the play-in, we obviously have a shot. It's just there's a lot of good teams that look like they could have their way with us right now.
Well,
Um, yeah, man, I don't know. It's a weird time to be a Hawks fan, a little bit different than it was this time last year. But I mean, hey, I'm still a Hawks fan till I die, baby. Like
oh yeah, of course, of course.
we're gonna be fine,
True.
even if this year has lower expectations because of COVID and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know, man. It's just you turn on a game, they're playing the Pistons.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that game or not, but like it just the whole game just felt off, you know. Like, but I mean, the thing is, we have players who are doing great,
yeah, we are.
but the players who should be doing great aren't doing so hot. Like, and I mean, Big O Onyeka, I mean, I feel like he's playing his ass off. Lou is playing his ass off, but I mean, I feel like it's the bench players who are still kind of consistently shining because I mean, we had that one stretch of our bench players, you know, outscoring
Yeah,
people, you know, just beating the hell out of people. So I mean, I feel like that standard is still kind of there for the bench, but it's more of our starters that have just fallen by the wayside. And I mean, take it this last game against the Bucks, JC goes like 0 for 9.
yeah,
And
it
I
does.
mean, I think he like had 2 points, his 2 free throws he shot. And so, I mean, you just kind of I don't know that it's it's the starters that I feel like it's the problem kind of because I mean that Pistons game. I'm sorry, I'm getting long winded with this, but that Pistons game you got Trey only I think he only scored like 15 points or something like that. Like it's I don't know.
Coach
And then you had
Nate,
the stretch.
you got to
You had the
light a
stretch
fire
with
into our guys, man.
oh
We
yeah
went to bat for you last season, Coach Nate.
oh
What are you
yeah.
doing? Like, put a fire under these guys, man. Like, I mean, Trey just got paid too. Like, don't let the money get to your head, Trey. We still need a chip. Okay. We need it out here in
Or at least to get
Atlanta.
to the finals, dog. Like
Yeah, at least a finals appearance. So I don't know. I hate it. I hate it. Um, you know, and speaking of hate, all right, there's an elephant in the room. Hate crimes can be fake. All right. And due to that, Jussie Smollett, as they call him, in mainstream media, um, has just been sentenced to 150 days in jail for faking his own hate crime. 30 months probation. Um, I hate it. I hate it, man. I hate it. So,
so this is the latest update, and I guess the final update to this saga. I mean, I feel like we've talked about it. We've updated you guys about twice now. So
yep.
this is the third and final act of the Jussie Smollett.
I think
Yeah.
it's called Smollett, but I like to just say it how Chappelle says
Is
it,
it Smollett?
Yeah, because
Jussie Smollett?
Chappelle had that bit where he calls him like Juicy Smoulier or something like that.
Yeah, true. Um, so yeah. So in his chronicle, this man has to spend how many days did you say in jail now?
150. Yeah.
150. And I mean, damn, son, it sucks because he has to spend all that time in jail. But I mean, what what are you doing? What did you think you were gonna get out of this? especially if you didn't have a foolproof kind of, you know, plan.
I I hate it when people maintain their innocence as if all the facts weren't laid out there for everybody to see, where you paid the checks to these twin brothers, as well as them having text messages saying, "Hey, we doing this tonight?" Like, like uh I uh, I'm glad for it to be over. The judge was really pissed in the sentence hearing because he was like, because he was still trying to, claim his innocence, and he's like, the facts were heavily presented against you. Like, um, I don't know. I still think it's a really weird thing. Just because faking your own hate crime, that's pretty bold, man. You got to have some balls to do that. And what's crazy is I don't think it had anything to do with Donald Trump. Like he said it did, and the Times would suggest that it did, but that man's career was almost over on Empire, and I think he was trying to keep his name in the news.
Oh
So
yeah.
it sucks that he stooped that low in the first place to just try to like better himself, to divide people even more. But I'm glad it's over. I mean, hey, he got what was coming, man. He has to spend
Oh
some
yeah.
time in jail. And I look forward to him writing a memoir about how if he would have staged a fake crime. Like,
Like OJ, bro,
yeah,
just
like
like
OJ.
if I if I did it, but it's like all red, like the book cover and stuff. Like,
He's like, if I did it, I wouldn't have texted the brothers. And I wouldn't have paid
like,
them. Man.
yeah, that's insane. Also, did you you saw the news about Ryan Coogler
No.
getting this man? Okay, so yeah, I mean, you know who he is, right? The
Yeah, yeah.
director of Black Panther and everything.
And
Well,
some Creed
okay,
films.
so this, yeah, in the Creed movies, this man went into the bank. I think it was a Bank of America
Yeah.
bank, and he went to go withdraw $12,000. But he goes in. I mean, a hat. His beard has grown in. I mean, it's a pandemic. I mean, I don't think he's really working that much right now. It's the pandemic. He's got a hat, sunglasses, mask, and he goes up to the teller and he hands her a note that says, it's like something along the lines. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. Um, I need to withdraw $12,000 from my bank account. Please don't count the money out here. I'm trying to be discreet. And so, like, he puts in his own bank uh, card, enters all his own information in, and then the teller is like, okay. And so they go to the back, and I mean, I guess they're gonna try to get this money out, but um, it's taking a really long time. And so some people are like, some of the other tellers are coming up to him and updating him like, oh, it'll be 1 second, it'll be a second. When actually they called the police on this man. The police come into the bank, bro, guns drawn, and put him in handcuffs and take him out of the bank, bro, for trying to get his own money out.
Jesus. Some
So
some fools just didn't want to read.
yeah, you would think like, yeah, maybe the teller, didn't know who he was. And I mean, because he's like, I'm trying to be discreet and all this stuff. So maybe that's kind of a red flag. But then they also said that there was an alert in place on his account to like, if he was trying to draw out money or something like that, like a certain amount, to make it alert. But I mean, the only thing I would say is maybe lose the mask for a second to like, kind of verify your identity.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just think it's insane that like they went to the extreme of getting calling the police and getting this man handcuffed, guns drawn, and everything, to just because he was trying to get his own money out. And I mean, I think Bank of America has like released a statement, apologizing about it, and like they kind of spoke personally with Ryan.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of the stories, man. Like it
uh,
if he had kind of was more stern and like, yo, like I'm just trying to get my own money out, especially by the time the police came, it it could have ended easily went left, you know what I'm saying? Something like that.
I mean, clearly those employees were also like racial profiling, like the
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah. It's
like
and I mean, I don't think it's like of any fault of the police. They were just called,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, but it's more of on those on the tellers. And
And why not
it
like just
just
ask for an ID? Like be like, oh, we see the bank
yeah.
account is listed under this guy's name. Can you please provide us an ID to prove you are
Yeah.
this individual?
Ask for the ID, be like, hey, dog, pull your mask down just a second. Cause I mean, whenever I fly on planes, I mean I have my mask on and
Yeah.
whenever that I go through TSA or whatever, I handle my ID and then I put my mask down just a second and that's me. So,
Yep.
like just I definitely feel like they way overreacted and because of that, and they overreacted on the wrong person. And
Yeah.
so now everybody knows what was going on at the specific branch of Bank of America, which is just insane.
Mm. These fools, man. These dumb fools. Like, I mean, I don't know. I hope I wouldn't be like that. I'm like, dang. I think the only thought in my mind, I mean, and I'm saying this externally, but I would hope that if I was in that situation, I'd be like, dang, this guy's got $12,000 in the bank, man. What do I need to do to get on his level? Like, like, so, uh, man, and that's a dumb
speaking
story.
speaking of levels, let's talk about these rising levels of gas prices.
Oh, snap. Segue from ABG. Wow.
Woo! I'm doing it. I'm doing
That's
it. Oh, dude, I learned from the best. I learned from the best.
that's already your top five.
Yeah, dog. Hey, thank you. But yeah, man. I mean, it's and also speaking of insane, these gas prices, they're
That's
insane.
right.
They do double segue. I'm going crazy. Um, how much is gas out where you are right now?
It depends on the location, but the cheapest place in town is like 345. But if you go to the city, like that's like kind of outside the city. Like if you go inside the city, you're easily paying like 380 to 395 a gallon right now.
Wow. And over here, it's over $4. So
Yeah.
kind of the consensus right now has been about 427 for gas.
I paid 308 a
So
couple weeks ago until everything started happening.
yeah, dog, right? Because I mean, when I'm like traveling and stuff, like in a rental car, I don't really have to worry about gas prices that much. I just pull into pull into a place, fill it up, whatever. But I mean, I did kind of notice that the gas prices were going up, and I was like, sheesh. And then by the time I got home, it was like 380, like 390, almost $4. And I was like, dang, son, like, dang, now I gotta pay for this myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, this is crazy. But I mean, I went to the last time I got gas was earlier this week, or maybe Saturday. I got gas Saturday and it was like 350. I went to the farmer's store. So shout out to the farmer's store,
And
providing that cheap gas.
fun fact, we have Walmart Plus, um, and that can get you 5 cents off a gallon if you go to the Walmart gas stations. So yeah, when I say I got it for like 308, 307 a couple weeks ago, it was really like 313, 314 or whatever. I just put
Yep.
in my little code and then it gives me the 5 cents off a gallon. Uh but man, it went up really quickly. Thankfully, I've had COVID. So I didn't really need to get much gas this week. However, um, you know, not to get too political, but the current administration cut off oil from Russia, which I think is the right move. However, they also cut off oil from the US when we could have our own supply and make gas cheaper again. But yeah, it's really insane out there right now how we're trying to shift the blame towards Russia for this mess when in reality we could actually fix it ourselves. It's
Yeah, 'cause I mean, like Russia, they're not even like our number one
no, yeah.
uh like export.
They account for
Import?
maybe like
Import.
I think it was less than 30%. So
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think that's anything to to blame, which I mean, yeah, the sanctions are good, but um
we could
like
fix
come
we
on,
could fix
dog.
the gas
We
problem
could
ourselves. It's the country is trying to, well, the president, he doesn't want to piss off his own voter base because if you do things like open the Keystone pipeline back up, you're basically, you know, saying screw you to the people that voted for you. But at the same time, if gas prices are extremely high, they look directly at the president. So uh it's really weird. I know some people might say, "Oh, well, it doesn't look at, you don't have to look at the president to for the gas prices." Really? Really? Let's look at the average gas prices for like the past 5 administrations. Okay? And I don't want to hear crap about inflation because if anything, inflation has made living a lot harder, especially on people whose income did not get raised at all because of inflation. Uh, like it was really low during Trump, especially before the pandemic. I know some people want to point to that as an excuse, but before the pandemic, gas was pretty low with Trump. With Obama, it was decent. Uh, with Bush, it was really good up until Katrina, which did screw us for a long time. Uh, Clinton, I also think it was pretty good. But then after that, you kind of do have to adjust the numbers because income was different. Uh, so I don't know. It's definitely something that people look to at the president. Uh, in a couple of years, they're gonna be like, "Hey, Biden, why are gas prices still $4.50 a gallon?" And they're gonna look at the other candidate. Personally, this might come off as a hot take, but I think the people that run the country do virtually nothing. So I think,
is that a hot take, dog? I don't think it's a hot take.
but I will say, if stuff affects my bottom line, which is money in my pocket, okay,
Yeah.
that's my bottom line. And if you're telling me the difference between an extra $20 in my pocket for saving gas money this week and spending an extra 20 because of sanctions and not wanting to drill in our own country, I'm going to go with the person that's saving me $20 a week. Like, so personally, that's just me. I like more money in my pocket, you know.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
great to help other
I'm sure
countries, but I like more money
a,
in my pocket.
a large majority of people like more money in their pockets.
Just saying, just saying. I had to put it out there because a lot of people don't think that way apparently, and then wonder why gas prices suck and everything. They're like, "Oh, it's because of Ukraine." No, it's not really. It's not really. Like we could actually fix this problem ourselves. We have a bunch of oil reserves in Alaska, a bunch, but the country isn't using them.
Yeah. But just kind of speaking of the gas prices, kind of made me want to bring back tales from the internet. But
That's right.
I
Sorry,
want to keep
I
doing
did go
this.
off. I said I wasn't going to go off, and then I did go off. So I'm sorry.
Hey, hey, man, you're just speaking from the heart, dog. Um, Makes me want to bring back tales from the internet. And but if I'm gonna, I feel like all my tales from the internet have kind of mostly been from Twitter. So I think from now on, I think I'm just gonna call them tales from Twitter. TFT. So it's time for a little TFT segment.
You could
For
try to pull
y'all
some from
five.
Reddit.
I mean, yeah, Reddit is also a good place. TFR,
Mhm.
TRO.
TFTR.
Yeah, letters. But yes, I got a few tweets from you guys about the gas from Twitter. So let's just fire off into them. Number one, please lower gas prices. I'm not built for OnlyFans. Uh, what else we got? Number two, strange the gas prices keep getting higher, but it still tastes exactly the same. Something to think about. Number three, finna start turning my ignition off at red lights at the way gas prices rising. So I mean that might actually doesn't it take a lot of gas for you to kind of like start your engine? So
Yeah,
maybe
your
that
car has
isn't.
to have that technology built in. Like I got a hybrid that does it automatically.
Yeah,
So, but if you do it yourself, it's gonna cost you.
yeah, that's gonna end up probably costing you a little bit more. Number four, what we got? Everything is in fact a joke except gas prices, because ain't shit funny about 427 for 87 grade.
Yeah. In Colorado, it'd be 85. The lowest grade we do is 85 out here.
Huh.
It goes 85, 87, then 89. I know in Georgia it's 87, 89, 91, but
Yeah.
it's different out here.
No, 93.
93, right. But out here it's 85, 87, 89. Or maybe it's 91. I don't know, but the lower grade and middle grade is definitely 85 and 87.
Okay. And finally, number five, nice return from a remote work you got there. Be a real shame if someone doubled the gas prices.
Man,
And that's it. Just nice little modest Twitter reading.
I could go off all day, man. Those were really good. Those were good. I like the first one and the last one. Number one and number five are pretty good. Um, it's funny because you say that. I'm like, dang, you know what? Why don't they just go ahead and tell people to buy electric cars? Like that's what they're trying to do. Like
Yeah.
they're trying to make it where you can't even spend money on gas, so you're gonna have to go bankrupt buying a $60,000 electric car. Uh, it's I don't know, man. Like if that was something that you were planning on doing, just do it. Like put the money in infrastructure, put charging stations along gas stations at the interstates too to make it more accessible. And man, you'd have me. Like if an electric car was between 25 and $35,000, oh yeah, I'd be on
Oh
it in a
yeah.
heartbeat.
Oh yeah. What? Of
Yeah,
course.
but it's not that way. Even used Teslas that are from like 2013, you're still going to spend about 40 grand on. It's insane.
Hell no. But I do have an honorable mention.
Oh, sweet. Here we go.
And I mean, I kind of left. I kind of leave the best tweets on the cutting room floor because I mean, I don't have. I mean, I
Dude,
don't have a
just
way to just like show the pictures.
oh yeah, I
Um,
got you. Well, we could
but
if you send it to me. We got this TV screen now,
yeah.
so
Well, okay. I mean, so should I show the picture right now or just talk about it and then you pop the picture up there?
yeah, you can just show it. Well, you can talk about it, send it to me, and I'll put it on the screen for everybody to see. As long as you're watching on YouTube, which is where most of you have now migrated to. Thankfully, we love you all, so thank you for
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
switching
Shout out to
over and
y'all.
watching the show.
Thank you. You get to see our beautiful faces. But breaking news: a car has just fainted at a local gas station after hearing the new fuel prices, and it shows a car literally upside down
I'm telling you,
at
man.
a gas station. So
What's crazy is I would have loved to have an electric car right now. My job at the sites that I work at, they have those electric charging stations
yeah,
and they're free. Like literally, if you're an employee, you can make an account and charge your car for free. So I'm like, dang man, I'm out here, we having to buy gas and I could just get a charge for free, if I had an electric car.
go ahead and get you one, dog.
Well, I just bought a hybrid this year, so I don't have the money.
I mean, is your hybrid like it can't be charged?
Nah, it's just a basic hybrid. It still uses
Uh,
gas, but I mean it gets like up to 43 miles a gallon, so it's pretty good.
that's not bad.
Yeah, I
That
mean
ain't bad at all.
hybrid SUV up to 43 miles a gallon. Nice.
Nice.
Uh yeah, folks. This was a goodie. It was a goodie. We
Yeah, it's
talked about
a
a
yep.
lot of stuff.
This was kind of a long one. I mean, we
Mhm.
kind of didn't, you know, I feel like we didn't have that much prepared for this episode. I mean, this is kind of like a back to back for
Yeah.
us as like in regards to recording. Because I mean, we recorded our new one or our one that came out on Monday on Saturday, and
Sunday.
now this is Sunday. It was
Yeah.
Sunday, Sunday, and so now this today Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Thursday. So yeah, it's kind of a back to back. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
It's
we ended up pulling a little bit of a longer one out. So this is just, I mean, this is just us talking. So I mean, thank you guys for
yeah. Y'all look out
listening
for the
to us
next
talk.
one. That definitely will be about the Batman, which by that time every one of y'all should have seen it. So
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I guess we're kind of wrapping it down, Jerod. So so what you have to say to the people for some closing thoughts?
yeah, folks, the vaccines and boosters do not protect you from getting COVID. Uh, I have seen it personally in my own home the past few weeks. My wife had symptoms. She was sick as a dog for like 5 days. And then I had symptoms for like 4 or 5 days. Actually, if you do the math, one, two, yeah, about 5 or 6 days. So it won't protect you, but it also will keep you from being killed, apparently. Uh, unless you're a kid. My kid who was not vaccinated got over it really quickly. The 2-year-old was done with COVID in like 2 days. So, if you're like me, I'd still get vaccine boosted. I'm spending summers out there hiking in nature. You would think that my immune system is still pretty good, but no, as you just get older and fatter, it still gets worse. So, go out there, get your shots, take a good walk, um, and keep up on the vitamins. I think if I didn't develop a dairy allergy, and I was still drinking all that good milk, this probably wouldn't have happened. I probably wouldn't have had symptoms for this long, man. It's I'm missing out on the vitamin D that you get from all that milk. Um, so yeah, thank you, milk, for ruining my life because I loved you for so long just for you to pull this crap on me and ruin my immune system. Ever since
Make him get COVID.
ever ever since I developed a dairy allergy, okay, I have gotten sick like 4 times since I developed the dairy allergy. And that used to not happen. Okay. I understand when you have kids, you're basically living in a petri dish, right? Because kids get sick all the time and they just bring it home. Is what it is. But it used to not happen. Okay. So thank you, milk, for ruining my life and not allowing me to get the proper vitamins I need to fight off things anymore. Because now I get sick all the time and I
So
blame that to milk. So, milk, I
this has
love
been
you,
like a
but I I can't believe dairy did this to me. Okay, I'm blaming dairy for my own COVID problems. That's my
it's
closing
just
thoughts. Drink it in moderation. Okay, drink dairy in moderation. Don't overdo it like I did. Don't
it's
overdo it,
just been
guys.
a it's just been a downward spiral since you got your dairy allergy.
Downward spiral. My immune system was like, "Hey, you stop drinking that vitamin D, boom, your
Hate to see
health
it.
system is crap now."
Hate to see it. But where can people find you at, Jerry?
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot. I started talking about how dairy ruined my life after I loved it so much for so many years. Um, but yeah, you can all find me on Twitter at Jerod Evans. Um, yeah, keep watching the show. I really like to see the the YouTube numbers keep going up. So it's been really nice seeing the audience transition from listening to watching. Now we get way less listens than we do watching, which is to me, that's kind of what I'm shooting for. Like
Hmm.
whenever we started recording and then we started using this whole new background and getting our guests on, I was hoping to eventually take it to you know, majority on YouTube. That was kind of my plan with updating the visuals and everything. So thank you all for making it a reality and watching, along with listening.
Yeah, man. Um, Closing thoughts for me. I mean, I'm gonna keep it way simple. Uh,
Well,
thank you everybody for listening slash watching. I mean, I say this every week. You made it this far. I mean, you are the best. While we're doing this. Um, and also, just I guess maybe to close it off with a phrase, uh, don't let them play you. And add to that, don't ever play yourself. You can find me on Twitter at young without the O underscore ABG. You can find us on Twitter at unheard underscore of pod. That's going to be the same on Instagram, unheard underscore of pod. Facebook, unheard of, we there. Uh, Spotify, YouTube, we places, we around. If you wanna listen, tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your kids, tell anybody. Shoot it, shout it from the rooftops. Unheard of. We around. We making content. We here.
love to see it. Um, so yeah, folks. Sorry about my little dairy rant there. I've had time for reflection, and that's how I view it. It's it is what it is. Okay. Um, but again, thank you all for tuning in another week. We love you, we hear you, and we hope you hear us here at Unheard of.
Unheard of.